Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't a WhatsApp vlog. This is just a very quick part one of what I'm going to do as a video diary, chronicling, is that the right word? Following the process from thinking about our kits and actually getting our awesome WKG cycling kits. Exploding with excitement, and I hope you guys are as well. I've already got quite a few names in on my provisional order list, so it would seem that it is something quite exciting. Before that, I just want to give you a little bit of background, because somebody asked me the other day why do I do this, given that it actually does take up quite a bit of my time. It's, you know, there is a bit of work involved, but I'm certainly not complaining, because I absolutely love doing it. But they sort of questioned, with my current sort of work schedule and family commitments and all the rest of it, why I would take on something like this as well, to sort of further fill in the gaps in my time. And it just sort of got me thinking where it started. So it actually was as an extension of the work I was already doing. Most of you know I'm a graphic designer, predominantly editorial, so magazine design specifically, and I started with WKG as a Zwift magazine. I'll show you. I've got a really early mock-up. Please excuse the crudity of it and the fact that there's a lot of blank pages, basically. But the idea was obviously a Zwift magazine focusing on everyday riders. The WKG now very much is aimed towards your average riders, and I don't mean any offence by that at all, because I include myself in that, but I'm slightly less interested in the elite and the A category riders, mainly because I can't relate to them. So anyway, but excuse these adverts as well. These are filler adverts that I just so happened I'd worked on a magazine that had a cycling section. It was like a luxury lifestyle magazine, had a cycling section, and this was the advert artwork that I was able to use. So I've just put them in as fillers. What it basically was, well, look, as you can see, this section was going to be Z News, so any latest Zwift news, developments, releases, updates, anything coming out of Zwift HQ was going to fill that section. And then we were going to have a pain cave focus in each issue, so we would look at WKG members' setups, basically, bikes, equipment, and just sort of focus on a different members' pain cave setup each issue. And then we would have periodically a Zwift employee section, sort of Q&A. Eric Min's name's there, obviously he was the obvious starting point, but it would be nice to work through the various different departments within Zwift and get a little bit of background and personal information, just so we can relate to them even more than we already do. It's a strange thing. It's a big software company, but a lot of us Zwifters feel like we know the guys involved because of the brilliant job that they do in terms of communicating with us through forums. So that's the Zwift employee section. Watopia maps, that idea has already been brilliantly done elsewhere, as all of you will know, but those maps would be absolutely perfect for these pages, particularly when there are expansions released and different courses released. Rider focus. Now this was the bit that interested me the most. I'll just pop you back down here. As I say, my interest is really on the, let's say, C category riders. Some Bs, some Ds, but mainly sort of C category riders, which I consider to be sort of average Zwifter, which, again, no offence, but I think most of WKG, that's where we sit. And there's a lot of focus on the top guys that are winning all the races and that have, you know, ex-pro or sort of very successful cycling backgrounds. And because that's so far removed from what I do, I really like the idea of the, what do we got now, 120 members we've got in the WKG forum. Every issue of the magazine, with their permission, I'd love to dig a little bit deeper into one of those members picked at random, so we get to see what their setup is, what their cycling background is, what their work life, family life, nutrition, workout, what are their favourite races, who do they compete with most. I don't know if, again, like me, I don't know if all of you single out or see certain names within Zwift and use them almost as a benchmark. I'm not going to say the names, but there are definitely riders that I see when I'm racing or riding that I kind of compare myself to, and my own performance is based on how well I did against that particular individual or that group of individuals. So I really like the idea of a rider focus each issue, but not specifically right at the top end of the racing. So there's that one. What else did we have? Let me have a look. I'll bring you back over here. Just some sort of basic product reviews, so gels, nutrition bottles, fans. The WhatsApp section, reasonably self-explanatory now. Obviously it was going to be focused on the YouTube channel. Then we have the ZTR was the only race I was really following at the time, and I'd kind of concocted this kind of race point system and league table. So if this magazine does progress any further, that will be morphed into like a WKG racing league, which again, going back to what I was just saying, I love making the comparisons between us guys and seeing how we're performing in terms of total mileage and obviously race finishing positions, FTPs, all of those sort of things. Just in jest, I really wouldn't want anything to be taken too seriously, as I'm sure it's not, but a league table for WKG events I think would be really good fun. So that's something I'll probably revisit again at some point. What else do we have? Okay, so like workout of the week or month, whatever it was, and then just on the final pages here we had a sort of resources section, so turbo trainers, power meters, etc. Obviously develop that further into everything Zwift related. Inside back page, sort of funny Facebook quotes or Instagram posts or whatever from whatever period that month, week, whatever it turned out to be. So that is the first development of anything WKG, but it's something I might revisit as a WKG members exclusive periodic little publication, just as an online sort of flick book, and like I say, I think the main draw of that would be to focus on different riders each time from within the group, just to get a little bit of background so everybody knows a little bit more about each other. Anyway, that's how WKG came about. Since then, obviously, the videos has been the main part of it, with the What's Up vlogs, which I really love doing, and the feedback and the response to that's been so good and so much fun, which obviously led to the Facebook group, which is just as much fun. I love the banter. It seems that of all the members we've got in there, it's as though this wasn't the case, but it is as though I managed to cherry pick them, so that everybody's got a very similar sense of humour, takes everything in the way that it's intended, doesn't take themselves too seriously, and all just having a good laugh and enjoying Zwift for what it's supposed to be. Anyway, so from there, obviously started putting the feelers out about getting a kit done. Response seemed to be pretty positive. Everybody seemed, or I say everybody, a lot of people seemed reasonably keen on seeing what we could come up with. So I went through a few different channels looking for a supplier, manufacturer, and landed on Endura, who are absolutely fantastic. Their stuff, I don't know if any of you have got their off-the-shelf stuff, but their bib shorts in particular are just the best quality. They're fantastic. I don't happen to like many of their designs visually, so I don't own an awful lot of their stuff, but their bib shorts are brilliant, and the materials of their jerseys, the cut and the finish of their jerseys, it's fantastic. So obviously if we could get our own design on those, happy days. So back onto the Facebook forum, put the feelers out with a design, which first of all you probably would have all seen from this silly sketch that I did. That is the prototype or the initial draft of the WKG kit design, and that silly drawing has since morphed into the faces of WKG event winners and transposed onto certificates. So that's something that a lot of you guys will be reasonably familiar with already, but that was the basic design. Endura say they would take designs on a scrap of paper and turn them into your kit. So I could probably have just sent them that little JPEG of that image, but I thought I'd try and be a little bit more professional about it than that. So I downloaded Endura's template, and here we go. Here is the kit. So these are the bib shorts. They are the WT, which is their World Tour race range. So it's the same kit that Movistar World Tour team will be using. So Nairo Quintana, Alex Dowsett, Alejandro Valverde. I'm now struggling to think of other Movistar riders, but this is basically the kit that they'll be wearing. So these are the bib shorts. Tried to keep them reasonably simple with just a small amount of the orange. Obviously these straps are under your jersey anyway, so you won't see those. Just a small amount of orange. So the thinking behind that is that you can wear them with other kits. The orange hopefully won't clash too much with other jerseys that you're wearing. I certainly want to be able to use them with other things I've got in my wardrobe, so tried to keep those reasonably restrained. And then the jersey itself is there with the WKG kit running vertically with the grey and orange stripe on the front, which then carries through to the back, and the Love Velo sort of slogan, logo, whatever you want to call it, that's actually part of a project I was working on some time ago, something completely separate from this that I always wanted to develop further, so I thought it works nicely in that stripe, What's missing from this is there is a little orange heart, tiny little orange heart, almost like a full stop, that will go just next to the final O there. And then down at the bottom, I don't know if you can see that scribble, that actually says "I do it in spandex," which is another slogan, another project again that I was working on previously, which didn't go any further. So I'm just sort of combining them all into this one design. I'm really happy with it. I hope you guys like it as well. I'm over the moon with it. Following on from getting the design and putting it on Facebook and gauging a little bit of response from that, I got in touch with Endura, and they have said they're going to send me some samples, fabric and colour samples. Sorry, let's just straighten that up a little bit. Fabric and colour samples. The main reason being is that orange is a bit of a sensitive colour to reproduce, so you can very easily make it too sort of mustardy or too muddy or too red. I really want to keep that fiery reddy orange, strong vibrant reddy orange that we've used in all the other WKG things. I want to keep that carrying through the kit as well. So colour sample and fabric sample should turn up soon, so fingers crossed on that. Endura will also set up a kind of central hub on their system, so once the design is finalised and everything's in place, you guys will be able to go in individually to put your specific requirements in there, and hopefully, I'm pretty sure, you will pay them directly. I do not want to be responsible for handling anyone's money if I can help it at all, and I would understand that you don't know me at all other than from my videos, so why would you trust me to handle your money? So fingers crossed we can ignore that and bypass that altogether, and Endura will deal with that all individually. Incidentally, the price that we originally had, which loads of you guys have already sort of provisionally agreed to, we're actually going to get it 10% cheaper than that now anyway, because we've reached over a certain threshold in terms of the total order value, and we're pretty close to getting a 15% discount, so fingers crossed we can move just that little bit further on, but 10% is pretty good. I'm not going to hold out too long, because for my benefit and for those that have already sort of shown an interest, I'd like to get it moving quite quick so that we've got these in for when the sort of outdoor season really starts over here in the UK anyway. So Endura are sending samples, they're setting up this ordering hub, designs are all finalised. We've got 18 jerseys and 7 pairs of bib shorts are all provisionally ordered so far, including a few women's jerseys, which is brilliant. I'm really glad to see that we're expanding our the demographic slightly, which is excellent. And that's it. So the next thing might be that I have to take a trip up to Scotland, where Endura are based, just to go through the finer details of the design and manufacturing process. I'd love to do it. It'd be great fun to see, make for a good video as well, I think, but time constraints that I have might mean that that's not possible, so it depends on what the samples look like that they send through. If I'm happy with those, then we possibly won't need to do anything else. But that's basically it. In the meantime, what I did get was this. 1 second. Ta-da! This is the first official, well, it's not even official because I'm not going to stick with this manufacturer, but this is the first WKG product. The Love Velo t-shirt with a big WKG logo on the back. I'm really pleased with how the design came out, really pleased with that. The t-shirt itself is really nice quality, but the print is pretty awful. The grey is too green and the orange is too red. This is the little heart, incidentally, that I was talking of. If you can see that just by the O. So that is what will probably be on the back of the jersey as well. So I just got this one for myself, really, as a bit of a tester of the design, which, like I say, I'm really pleased with. But if I'm going to sort of put them out to you guys, then I'm going to find someone else to make them. But that's thinking a little bit further ahead. I'd love to do that. I want to do caps, definitely want to do caps. But I need to find a manufacturer that can do the print so that the WKG, can't see it now to turn it up, the WKG comes right off the edge of the peak. As you'll notice on this one, I think, there always seems to be a certain distance between the edge of the peak and any printing, but I'd like to have the design come right off the edge, as with the sketch. Excuse me. So caps, t-shirts, what else is there? Bead-ons, gloves, all that sort of stuff. But that's getting a little bit carried away. So that's the process. So that's part one of our video diary of getting the WKG kit in your hands. I'm so delighted with the response that we've had, and just trembling with excitement about actually getting these things. I cannot wait. So if any of you guys have any feedback, any comments, any questions, or would simply like to add your name to my list that I've actually got written down in my little orange pad here, to get your hands on the kit, comments in the section below, or get in touch with me through the WKG Facebook group or through a direct message on face group. There are plenty of ways, so please just do give me a shout. I'll be happy to answer any questions that I can, and I'm really excited to get this moving forward. I couldn't have done it without you guys. It's just absolutely brilliant. And oh, final thing I'm going to stress, this is absolutely 100% not for profit. I'm not trying to build any kind of business or empire out of this whatsoever. I'm loving the growth of the WKG forum, and we're still tiny compared to the other guys, but that makes it feel nice. If it gets bigger, so be it. If not, I love the size of it now. It's got a really nice intimate feel to it. So I'm not trying to build a business out of this, and I'm absolutely not looking to take any profit from it whatsoever. This is just so that I can see, hopefully, pictures uploaded, videos uploaded of people wearing WKG jerseys and shorts on their outdoor rides or on Zwift or whatever it may be. And a little bit further down the line, if we get a chance, a number of us ever, to get together and do a Box Hill ride or a Sportive, even Ride London, something like that, and there's a little convoy, a little peloton of us all riding in WKG kits, that's the dream. So that's why I'm doing it, not for profit at all. I just wanted to make sure everybody was clear on that. Obviously, if it does turn into a real big thing, then yeah, I'm going to have to look to make this obviously a huge sort of global brand at some point, and who knows where that goes. But anyway, so yeah, any comments, feedback, requests, anything, comment section, Facebook group. I think that's it. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one.